Hello and welcome to the fourth game of the PWL's fifth week. I'm your host, Joe Adams, as always accompanied by Jaquilliam as John Smith battles his AIDS infection.
Praying for John, Joe. Let's meet tonight's players, starting with Will Benyon of the Bethany Eagles. Representing the Hillsborough Highlanders is Chris Dyer, and playing for the Rose City Wreckers is Jacob Ham, a player who we haven't been able to see too much of yet, but what we have has been really good.
That's right, Jaquilliam, but let's continue with Jared Istook, the 9th-ranked player of the Cedar Mill Shockwave. Representing the Beaverton Ballers is Kian Dyer, the league's number 10 player. And finally, for the Aloha Gladiators is Camille Jorgensen.
With the introductions out of the way, let's get to the game.
Match 1 server is going to be Will Benyon of the Bethany Eagles, wearing an incorrectly colored shirt. As we all do know, he is potentially the biggest retard in the entire league. But of course, Chris Dyer is also wearing the wrong colored shirt, which has made many people think that he might actually be a KKK member.
I have to agree with you there, Joe. That definitely does seem likely.
If he's not a part of them, maybe he might be a part of the Proud Boys, Antifa. He's also had some connections to Saddam Hussein, but those are not confirmed.
I heard he was in connection with Al-Qaeda as well, but who knows?
Some are saying that his alter identity, Mao Zedong, actually killed 60 million people in China.
Well, I don't hear anything like that, Joe, but that does seem likely.
This Chris Dyer fella is just suspicious. That's all I'm saying.
He's a little sus, you're right.
But and there we go. Will Benyon is the first out. I'm sorry, folks at home. We were getting a little bit into Chris Dyer being a genocidal maniac there that we didn't come to in what was a good first round. But looks like the scorekeeper and ref agree that was a side, and Will Benyon is the first elimination of this match.
They don't call him Will the retard Benyon for nothing.
That's right.
Alright, and moving on to round 2, I think we have Camille Jorgensen serving.
That's right, the first kill was a regicide after all.
Yep. So Camille Jorgensen looks like they're just all getting figured out, and she's serving to Jared Istook. Nice slow hit there, and ooh, very nice, totally calculated hit there from Chris Dyer, and kind of nice one from Jacob that Camille's able to return. But a high hit here, and
Chris Dyer trying to do a little bit of a slam there, and he sent it right over the table. He's the next elimination of tonight's game.
That's rough.
Down to our final 4 here. We got the Gladiators and the Ballers, and then, of course, the Wreckers and the Shockwave, the rival teams. Camille's still serving
To Jared.
And I'm sure all of these players are very happy that Chris Mao Zedong Dyer has exited the match. But we're going to see what people can do next. Kian Dyer with a pretty good hit there. Just sending it across the table. Alright, now it looks like we're going to be playing on the short side of the table.
Ooh, he barely hit the table there.
That's right. I feel like he tried to replicate the move that ended in 11 casualties in the 2003 PWL season. But it looks like there's not nearly as much loss of life there as the first time that move was attempted.
Oh, he did it again, actually. He barely hit the table.
Now, what a great hit there from Kian Dyer, though. He forgot where he was supposed to go. Almost Fergie special, but great return there. So far, this game's been pretty exciting, especially with a great corner shot there from Jacob Ham. Let's see here.
Not much spin coming off of Jared's hits recently. I think he's... Oh, that one actually did have a little bit of spin.
That's right, goes off the side of the table. Ooh. Good corner shot from Kian Dyer there. This is a really long rally between these 4 players here, I must say.
Yep. All trying to play conservatively and get more points.
Oh, what a hit! But what a receive from Jared Istook. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the hit that Camille used to assassinate American President John F. Kennedy back in the 1960s, but it did not get Jared Istook there, proving once and for all that the Istooks are, in fact, better than the Kennedys. And Camille Jorgensen is the next eliminated. Put a little much too much power on that hit.
Yep. Pretty unfortunate, Joe.
Now, I gotta say, oh, and there's a serve one on Dyer.
Yep. That freaking Keen Dyer. Nobody likes him. Alright, moving on to this second serve.
Nobody likes him, period. What riveting commentary from Jaquillian.
And just
my
like that,
gosh.
he's out. What did I say?
I think that's got to be the worst thing to happen to America since the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one, Joe. That makes a lot of sense.
So now we have our championship round here between Jared Istook and Jacob Ham. Of course, as always, the Wreckers and the Shockwaves in the championship round is just a classic. You love to see it. We're going to find out if maybe Jared Istook can give his team, which is already in a pretty comfortable first place, even more of a gap for other teams to have to bridge. We got some good play here so far, making Jacob Ham back up, but Ham's able to receive it anyway. Going to the short side here. How things are going to change, we're about to find out. It looks like Jared Istook wants to reset the table, put it back into neutral, just long game here. Looks like he doesn't want to take too many risks. All the players watching very attentively this game of cat and mouse here. Now here we are on the short side of the table. A good hit there from Jared Istook, a lot of accuracy on that hit. And he backs up for a backstep fadeaway. What a hit from, oh my goodness.
He does it again.
These two players just evenly matched in every way, the receives and the hits. Very high skill match so far.
This really is just a great back and forth from these two players.
And a little too much power there from Jared Istook. Jacob Ham wins match one.
Someone had to break eventually.
There's going to be a word from our first sponsor here today, Adam Sandler. What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie, Jack?
I gotta say, I really like Billy Madison. That one's pretty good.
Yeah, but we also can't forget classics like Click and The Waterboy.
Oh, The Waterboy is an absolutely amazing
The Longest
movie.
Yard, too. I mean, I gotta say,
yeah.
Adam Sandler, I mean, aside from Nicholas Pickle Halford, my favorite Jew on the planet.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one, Joe.
Here we are at the start of match 2 here. Had Chris Mao Zedong Dyer as the server. And it looks like we've gone around a couple times here. A lot more conservative play here compared to the last day, except for those two right there, Jared Istook and Will Benyon, showing a little bit of arm strength there. Of course, as we know, Will Benyon does have some pretty enormous pectoral muscles. What do you think?
I think that's been well established, Joe. But,
and it looks like Jared Istook might have been a little too distracted by Will's Greek physique as he gets out last place.
Yep, that's rough for the Shockwaves, I'll tell you that much. But down to the second round, missing Jared Istook. We got Chris Dyer serving to Keen Dyer. Got a little brothers here, brother action.
Little sibling rivalry.
Oh, absolutely. But it doesn't look like Chris wants to put too much heat on that. And I mean, there's not really enough heat in the world to get Jacob Ham out. And ooh, that was actually a nice one. But Keen is able to recover. And there's actually some pretty far hits, but none of them quite quick enough to mess up anyone. Oh my gosh! Great corner hit, but great recovery from Will. I don't know how he did that.
Yeah, he is surely looking like the biggest deal of the draft right now. And
Until he misses the table on that.
That was almost really impressive.
I'm sure that his giant packs just kind of got in the way, didn't allow for a full rotation.
That's right. I mean, that's the backdrop. That's the, you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
That's the backside. The
downside.
The downside.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the downside of having honkers as large as Will Benyon's.
Absolutely.
Now we got our doubles match here. It's around with a good hit from Kean Dyer, but I mean Jacob Ham just eats and just gobbles those up. He just gobble. Let's see what. Okay, Jacob Ham just decided to wussy out of a spike right there.
Like usual.
But Chris Dyer is able to get that nice corner shot from Camille Jorgensen. Her game's looking pretty good today. And a couple extra bounces there just saved Chris Dyer off of a lucky elimination. And man, I mean, it looks like Camille Jorgensen has like the most aggressive hits of this match so far.
1, 2, 3, say something for me.
Just all around some pretty good hits here. Decent play. Ooh, moving to the short side of the table. This is where things get interesting. I really hope they don't take it away. What a hit from Camille. What a receive from Chris Dyer. I mean, you got to be able to receive some balls if you're going to exterminate 60 million people, as Chris Mao Zedong Dyer is known to do from time to time. So, Chris Dyer doing some good shots here. Kian Dyer, brother v. brother here. The first time, I believe, that we've seen this. Because other siblings are on the same team. Both of the Jenkins brothers on the Highlanders. Both of the Winkles siblings are on the Ballers. The only other sibling rivalry we could get is Caden Fairhurst versus Jack Fairhurst, but they haven't met in a game. That was a great corner shot there from Camille Jorgensen, but Chris Dyer was able to receive it anyway. And good corner shot too, making Camille move. Just a really long rally here, and a great mixture of pretty passive play, but also some more exhilarating attacks and good receives from players as well.
The occasional hard hit from some of these players is the only thing keeping this game interesting.
And that was a pretty interesting reserve from Kian Dyer right there. Kind of skimmed the table a little bit.
Pretty risky move.
Kind of taking a while though. Ooh. A good corner shot there from Jacob Ham. I think we're just all kind of waiting for something to happen now. This is a pretty long rally, wouldn't you say? Yep. I mean, that's not to say that there's not any good hits here going, but just really long here. Oh, it looks like Chris Dyer gets out there, and maybe there might have been a little bit of a body block on that call, but it looks like Chris Dyer ain't too emphatic about calling it. Well, are we actually? Are we actually getting a call here?
Let's see what the ref decides.
And the ref has called a body block.
Wow.
I mean, after such a long rally, that's got to be a gut blow to all the players in this game.
Yep.
Maybe they'll play a little bit more aggressively here. And Camille Jorgensen's already out. That's bad news for the Gladiators right there.
Yep, I'm sure they're not happy with that performance, but what can you do when you're after Jacob Ham, you know? Now we have Chris Dyer once again serving to Kian Dyer. And Chris is on the complete wrong side of the table with an absolute Fergie special.
Fergie special. Let's take a look at that replay. There he goes, trying to run over to get it to in time, and there he goes.
What a dingus.
Flying over the court. Absolute dingus move right there.
Yep.
Yeah, they should call him Chris Dingus Dyer as his new league nickname.
Yep. All right, and now we got Kian Dyer serving to Jacob Ham.
For the championship round here, Jacob Ham here again. Kian Dyer making his championship round first appearance. Looks like Kian Dyer is doing a lot of really unnecessary movements in the background, just kind of looking like a tennis player back there. Looks like they're just jumping around.
Yeah, retard, I like it.
It looks like he's making Jacob Ham his daddy, just like he's just jumping for joy as daddy gets home.
Yeah.
And Kian Dyer just making really weird sounds too as he's hitting the ball. And there we go, he's out.
Yep, that is rough.
Jacob Ham wins back-to-back matches.
Wow.
Alright, so at the end of match 2, here's the standings. Jacob Ham of the Wreckers takes an early lead with 10 of 10 points across 2 match victories as he builds a sizable early gap between him and the rest of the players.
Following the Ham Bone is a pretty even middle group led by 10th ranked player Kian Dyer of the Ballers with 7 points off of 3rd and 2nd place. The next 3 players are all tied in third with 6 points, those being the 9th-ranked player Jared Istuk, Chris Dyer, and Camille Jorgensen.
That leaves the straggler, self-proclaimed biggest steal of the draft, Will Benyon, who scored just 1 point over the first 2 matches after a 6th and 5th place. Not a good start for the enormous Pecs enthusiast, Jaquilliam.
We'll have to wait and see if his play changes, Joe.
And knowing those Bethany Eagles, certainly going to need him to change, but being down 5 points thus far is a pretty large gap to have to come across.
You know, honestly, I really hope that Will Benyon can recover from this terrible performance so far, but really I have no faith whatsoever that's going to happen.
Wow, what a serve there. I think you might have missed that while you were speaking to the mic there, but that was a great serve there from Jacob Ham. That's going to be a serve 1 on Jared Istuk.
I can't believe he even swung for that, honestly.
I can't believe Dyer does it again, but Jared Istuk swings a second time, and now the game started. Chris Dyer taking advantage of a high hit, and that gets Will Benyon out immediately. I mean, you can't really fault him for that. Chris Dyer got really well set up there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Herons player, the Eagles player, Will Benyon. Nothing he could have really done there. And it looks like my prediction was exactly correct, because I had zero faith in him whatsoever.
Yeah, unluckiest player in the league? Maybe
there's an award for that.
Yeah, we might
stick around for the postseason to see
the postseason award show. Yeah, it's the biggest event of the season, aside from maybe the Pro Bowl. But then again, the Pro Bowlers will be announced in that. What a hit there from Chris Dyer.
After a great setup from Jared Istuk, but still can't get Camille Jorgensen out.
No. And Camille Jorgensen doing a little bit of a Fergie special here. Is she able to get back in time? She is, and
nice.
She gets back on the table. Good recovery there from Camille Jorgensen.
Keane could have really put some power on that ball and made Jacob struggle.
Oh! What a receive from Camille Jorgensen. The scorekeeper is jumping around back there. What a hit.
How did she do that? Oh, my goodness.
And Camille's running around. Another great hit from Chris Dyer.
Yeah, it is roughing after him.
Yeah, Camille's just eating those up.
And a very high hit from Jared once again.
And
he hits the side of the table.
Hits the side of the table.
Camille getting very lucky on that, honestly.
Camille is so proud of herself right now. Some great receives from the Gladiators.
What more could you say? Alright, looks like we're in round 3 here. Only 4 players left. Oh! A nice little trickery play there off the side of the table, but Camille Jorgensen still got it. And now some pretty basic play here. Probably everyone's going to play mostly conservative to try and get some more points for each of their teams. And I'm sure Jacob Ham is looking for another first place after his first 2. But really, we'll just... Ooh! Nice quick hit from Jacob. Nice high hit from Jared. But not much Camille could have done with that, as it bounced on the table so many times. But not a very challenging hit right there. Yeah, all these pretty conservative. I say the one having the toughest time is probably Jared Istuk, going after some of these little bit harder hits from Jacob Ham. Ooh, Camille Jorgensen switching it to the side end of the table. And it looks like they actually just switched sides real quick. Just a little switcheroo. What do you think about that, Joe?
Well, I think that this game needs to end soon. This is a really long rally. We already had a long rally earlier today. I can hear some of the folks at home starting to snore a little bit, especially as the exciting plays have kind of calmed down a little bit there.
Ooh.
Going ooh at that is just, pretty evident. And Jared Istuk with an SD right there as he gets himself out.
That's embarrassing, Joe.
Yeah,
I don't even know what really happened there. He just put no power and knew it, I guess.
You could see as he covered his face, he knew it.
Well,
These are down to our final 3 here. Ooh, just barely got it on. Who's going to get out? There's a lot of running in round 3s. That's why these rallies don't normally last as long. But with the way these players are hitting the ball, maybe this might take a while.
Joe, a couple hits ago, when Camille hit it, Keane was on the same side of the table as her, but he was actually able to run around the entire thing before the ball got there.
I think it kind of it talks to the speed of the game that's going on right now. The ball is traveling kind of slower right now. But, you know, right now they're still making some good hits, especially across the short side of the
great,
table.
Great corner hits going on here.
You know, there's nothing wrong with being conservative, I guess. It's just not the flashiest. But that was a nice hit.
But Keane Dyer's able to recover nonetheless.
I mean, overall, just really good play from all these players.
Ooh, a nice backhand from Camille. Not expecting that. Oh, another one. Oh, she's really going for that backhand technique.
Showing a little bit of
versatility.
Versatility, yeah, exactly the word I was looking for. With the front hands and the back hands. You know, some players really struggle with swapping between the two play styles there.
Oh!
From Camille.
And of course, Kian recovers from that. Wow.
Great receivability from Kean Dyer there. And I don't know if you saw that one, but Camille Jorgensen also just made an amazing receive right there. And what a hit again!
How does he recover?
How does this keep happening? Camille's been making absolutely killer shots lately.
Oh,
except for that one.
So she finally misses one.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say she was robbed, but I mean, all three of these players have been playing pretty good thus far.
Down to this championship match between Jacob Ham and Kean Dyer. It's really anyone's game. Although and is that a first serve on Kean Dyer?
And it looks like it. We got a rematch here of the last match's championship round.
Yep, so Kean's looking for some revenge here. Let's see if he can get it. Ooh, kind of a nice...
That was a good receive. Yeah. Putting a little bit of power on that when it was so close to the table.
That's pretty much the most he could have done with that, honestly.
I think from this is that we're getting is I think Kean Dyer thinks that maybe he stands more. Oh, never mind. Forget everything I was about to say. Kean Dyer loses and Jacob Ham wins a three-peat.
Well, you don't see that too often now, Joe.
That's right. And another sponsor of our video is the Kin. But who is the Kin? The people of South Park never know. But the city needs a protector. And the Kin is that protector.
Well said, Joe. I couldn't agree more.
Who's Joe? That was the coon in here. Did you not see him?
I mean...
That was literally just the coon. He was just sitting right next to you.
Oh, freak. He was. I didn't even notice. He's so... Wow.
He's already gone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally a superhero.
In and out just like that.
Oh. Big thank you to the coon for sponsoring this video. Now we're down to match 4 here. Jared just took the Cereal Mill Shockwave. He's going to be receiving with Jacob Ham of the rival Rose City Wreckers. Being the one to receive that serve, but we got some good hits starting off here.
It's kind of a risky one from Chris right there. Almost went off the side of the table.
Now, well, Chris Mao Zedong Dyer has always been more of the aggressive type of the player.
That makes sense, honestly.
And it's nice to have those in these type of games, and they're trying not to make the matches last a little too long and start boring people out.
No, honestly, I hope Chris stays in longer because he makes matches end quicker. Like, look at that one. That was not conservative whatsoever. And it gets Camille Jorgensen out.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you play aggressively. You get better stats.
Yep. But sometimes you get worse points. That's just how it goes.
That's just how it goes. With Camille Jorgensen out, we've got 5 players remaining for match 4. The scorekeeper, I think, is reciting Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13 right now.
That one's probably my favorite verse of the entire Bible.
Mine's actually Exodus 14:9.
Because of the final words of it?
Yeah, I do really love the final words in Exodus 14:9. Absolutely beautiful scripture. Anyway, let's get down to match 5 here. Great hit there from Kean Dyer, but Jared Istuk able to receive.
Ooh, we got some nice quick hits going on here. Ooh, nice skimmer across the table. But of course, Jared Istuk sets up a nice one for Jacob, and he kind of capitalizes on it, but not enough to get Will Benyon out. And ooh, Chris almost hits the side of the table. Oh, and
hold on a second here.
Oh.
I think Jacob Ham just hit out of turn.
Oh wait,
that ball was supposed to go to Jared Istuk, and Jacob Ham hit it instead of him, which means that is an elimination. That's the first time here in the 4th match Jacob Ham has gotten out. What a crazy turn of events for this game, as now we are guaranteed to have someone other than Jacob Ham win a match. Will Benyon is the new server. It could be him. He really needs those points. And what a hit from Chris Dyer there. Jared Istuk, of course, showing off his receivability there. Oh, a lucky hit there from Kean Dyer, but Chris Dyer is able to receive it. Making some corner shots, making people move. Just who's going to make the mistake first? A good power hit from Will Benyon, making Kean Dyer back up. Chris Dyer does the same. Both of the receivers are able to put it back on the table. And Chris Dyer, trying to get another skimmer shot, sends it underneath the table, and he's out.
Chris Dyer immediately just showing the risks of playing aggressive and getting out with that really hard one. And a first serve on Will for being just as aggressive. As we can see, sometimes it's not the best strategy for players who are just simply worse at the game. Looks like, is that a second serve on Will?
That's right.
So he has to make this one or he's out. Ooh, just barely hits the very edge of the table. But good return from Kean. Looks like Will's wiping off his shoes.
Yeah, it looks like I think there were some cockroaches on his shoes and he was trying to wipe them off.
Yep. Will does not like cockroaches, I gotta say.
Yeah.
But pretty good gameplay here overall. Some really nice hits, some very nice recovery, and a little bit of spin from Jared Istuk, just like usual.
That's right.
But not too much for Will Benyon to handle.
A pretty decently fast-paced movement here for this game.
Well, Will Benyon's pretty good at handling things, I gotta say.
Yeah.
But ooh, nice kind of corner shot. Kind of set up something, but Will did not capitalize whatsoever. And Jared just kind of hitting straight to Will. I'm not sure if that was the best idea there, but it's all right.
Might be able to catch him on the Fergie.
No, too slow. Ooh, that's kind of a fast one. And you know, they're kind of just repeating kind of the same moves, seeing if someone will mess up or not.
Yeah. The game speed is definitely slowed down a little bit here.
Yep. Oh, a nice corner shot. And Kean does a real nice slow one just for Jared because I'm pretty sure that he likes him. But another slow one just for Jared. Wow. Whoa!
Wow, what a crazy shot there from Jared Stuck. That was cool.
Oh wow!
Kind of took us a late response there to the hit because we're just kind of dozing off here.
Literally. But yep, just seeing who's gonna mess up first. Kean actually had to run for a ball, which is kind of surprising, but pretty easily got it. Oh! And that! Oh!
Yes!
Will with a very nice corner shot.
Wow. That's a
and
replay
Kean on the
right
other
there.
side of the table. Nothing
Look at that.
done.
Beautiful hit from Will Benyon. That is definitely Hall of Fame worthy right there.
I'm proud of my little guy right there. My little buddy.
Now we're down to our championship round here between Jared Stuck and Will Benyon. And Will Benyon takes... Okay, it looks like he did have one serve because he's still in. So now that was his second serve. Now we're down to playing.
Ooh, kind of a quick one from Will there. And another quick one. Just a lot of receiving from Jared's end, it looks like. Until he puts in a quick one of his own. Looks like he's going for the corner shot. And, oh, Will could have slammed that so much harder, but...
Could have been a game ender, but...
Too scared.
Now Will Benyon, a little bit of piddle running down his left leg right now.
And a nice slow one. Just for
Ooh,
him to
good hit
slam
from
it.
Will. Jared able to receive.
Jared just giving him high ones constantly. Wow, I'm not sure what the strategy is there, but we'll see if it works out for him.
Will Benyon's starting to take advantage of them.
Oh,
Oh, and he hit the side! Oh my gosh.
now I see what Jared was doing there. Just
He was just baiting him to make a mess up. I guess that's a good strategy.
when you're playing against someone like Will Benyon.
Here we are 4 matches in, and nothing's really changed to Quilliam, as all 6 players retain their previously held spot. Jacob Ham won a 3rd straight match, but came 5th in match 4 to total 16 thus far, allowing 10th ranked player Kean Dyer to catch up just a bit as he moves up to 14 points after another 2nd and 3rd place finish.
9th ranked player Jared Istuk scores 11 after a 4th place and a victory in match 4. Chris Dyer and Camille Jorgensen remain tied in 4th with only 7 points.
That leaves Will Benyon, who remains in last, but has been catching up with 5 points after a 2nd place in match 4. Got 2 more matches to go. starting with match 5, where the server will be the Beaverton Ballers, Kian Dyer. And looks like Kian Dyer, of course, is going to be trying to get Will Benyon to absolutely mess up, as their teams are rivals.
Yep.
I mean, normally we only glorify the Shockwave Wrecker rivalry, but the other two rivalries of the PWL, the Eagles versus the Ballers, that's a big one, and also the Gladiators versus the Highlanders. Those are also the other two big rivalries of the PWL.
Yep, but I'm sure Will's looking to score some big points, as he is in last, but he just finally scored some big points for his team at second.
That's right, and a pretty weird serve one on Chris Dyer there. We got the Dyer brothers as the serve and serve receiver, and that's already a second serve.
Second serve on Chase Lucas. He's sweating.
Chase Lucas?
Oh, he's not even in this game.
Chris Dyer.
Oh, and he gives him a high one, and he actually gets it.
Wow, that was almost an elimination on serve on the very beginning of the match. That would have been embarrassing.
That would have been pretty hilarious, Joe, I must say. Another high one.
But I guess it doesn't matter, because Chris Dyer just gets himself out anyway first.
That was quite the display of talent.
A little questionable spike attempt there.
Yeah, I have to say that at least. And moving on to our second round without Chris Dyer. It looks like Kian Dyer is serving to Camille Jorgensen. Yeah. And we're off just like that. Pretty basic gameplay so far. And a very high hit from Will Benyon. Gets him out.
Just completely sent it over the entire table.
Yep, clearly trying to do some conspiracy, but completely backfired on the retard.
Yeah, I don't know.
He got out.
I don't know what it is about this game where it seems like the pacing has just gotten a lot slower for match 5 specifically. Not a lot of movement. Players just kind of taking it easy, which of course, not the most fun to watch. But we'll see what happens. Here we are in our doubles match. These ones can normally take a while because there's not that many people and because you normally stay on the same side. But it looks like we're going to be moving to the short side here. A great corner shot, but Kian Dyer is able to receive. Camille Jorgensen making a hit of her own. Here we are just going across the length of the table. What? Oh, that could have been a really cool shot, but Jared Istick just barely missed the table, and Jacob Ham lives to fight another day.
That lucky son of a gun, what can I say? And alright, we're in the top 3 here with Kian Dyer serving to Camille Jorgensen and hitting to Jacob Ham. Let's see if Jacob Ham can get his 4th win today, or if a newcomer can finally come out on top. But a really quick hit from Jacob there. Wow! And the return from Kian gets Camille Jorgensen out.
Wow, let's take a look at that hit right there again. Camille Jorgensen expecting something along the full
side.
length of the table. Kian, a really nice, accurate hit from him.
Yeah,
there.
I'm sure that was on purpose.
So now we're here on our championship match here. Kian Dyer and Jacob Ham meeting for the 3rd time in a row. And that's going to be a serve 1 on Jacob Ham.
I don't know why he decided to hit that, but...
Right now, Jacob Ham is 2-0 in 1v1s versus Kian Dyer. And that's a second serve on Jacob Ham. One more, Kian Dyer can take back a win for the Ballers.
Oh, and it looks like we're swapping out the ball because of Jacob's really hard hit that really didn't do much of anything for him. It looks like the ref actually noticed a crack in the ball, so...
Wow, what a very observant and astute ref.
That's what he's sticking his finger in it right now. You can see that.
Yeah, he likes to stick his finger in a lot of things.
Absolutely. You can see Chris Dyer just walking through the play of field there. I don't know why, but wait, field of play.
I think the reason why is he was actually just possessed by a ghost. So that explains it.
Yeah. Looks like that's a first serve on Kian Dyer, possibly.
Yes, definitely. Very illegal serve.
I don't know what he was. I don't know why he did that. But.
He was just being a little silly. This championship round is kind of taking a long time. A ball is interfering with Jacob Ham. Is someone going to come grab that?
Hopefully.
Okay, it looks like someone did. All right.
We got it.
Now we just got the championship match here, doing some corner shots.
Yep, classic hit. I see Jacob Ham doing that exact hit quite a lot, actually.
You might notice that Jacob Ham is using the paddle normally used by Caden Fairhurst, the league's #1 player.
Oh, a slam, but it was not hard enough.
What a receive from Jacob Ham, though. Got to give him credit where it's due.
That's true.
Now we're down to the power game. Looks
Again.
like maybe both players are just kind of committing to this. Just whoever's gonna mess up first. Jacob Ham just has kind of a cool follow through. Just backs up as the ball comes towards him, and then he steps through the hit, which is kind of cool to watch.
Yep.
That's just most intensity in Jacob power.
I think Kean Dyer might need to swap it up somehow. It's hard to believe he's going to be able to get Jacob Ham out with any of these types of hits.
Yep.
What's it going to be? There we go. Kean Dyer gets out, and Jacob Ham has won his 4th match.
Yep, he just tries to get a little too fancy with it and misses the table completely.
So we're going to be getting our last sponsor of the day here in just a second, I believe. Any day now. There it is, our State Farm sponsor. You've heard of the Rogers rate and the Patrick price. Welcome to the Clement cost, as Ben Clement has signed a deal with State Farm to be a new representative for them. What do you think, Jaquilliam? Are you happy for Ben Clement?
Oh yeah, I love Ben Clement. I love State Farm. They're pretty state. They're pretty farm. You know, I gotta say I really love them.
You think that you might purchase the Clement cost after this recording's done?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt.
Well, here we are, the final match in what has been already an exceptionally long game. We've barely just gone to match 6. I think we've already broken the record for longest PWL game with just how many long rallies we've had in this game. I guess maybe it shows a little bit of conservative play, but also maybe how evenly matched the competition is.
That's a good point, Joe.
Chris Dyer doing a little bit of, Kean Dyer. I don't really know what he was up to there.
Oh!
Chris Dyer tries to get another hit, and that's a back-to-back last place.
It always sucks seeing Chris Dyer walk off the court. He's the only one who does anything.
I hate to see him go, but I love to see him leave.
I have to agree with you on that one. But going into match 2, it looks like all the players are getting situated, and the scorekeeper is just helping them figure out where they're supposed to be. All right, and we got started off. Got a nice hit there from Jacob Ham, of course. Ooh, a nice hit from Camille Jorgensen. Will Benyon actually managed to hit that back on the table, surprisingly. Oh, a nice high one from Jared that Camille doesn't actually do much of anything with. But it looks like it's pretty much just what we've been seeing all day. Great hits from everyone. A lot of good returns as well. And it's just kind of the first person to make a mistake. And Camille cannot really do much with that high hit. Kind of disappointing. But kind of a fast one from Jacob once again. But Jared still gets it. I don't know how. Will with that really high hit. I'm kind of suspecting that in the near future here, he's going to just hit it a little bit too hard and it's going to go over. Oh, that was a great slam opportunity for Kean, but he did not take it. And it looks like, honestly, it looks like Kean's not even really trying to get Jacob Ham out for some reason. But I got some pretty normal stuff going on right here. Oh, and it hits the corner. And, yep, there's some normal things. What do you have to say about that, Joe?
I think me and you are just going to take a break and just let this game play out. Obviously, a really long rally. We'll be back when someone actually does something.
And it looks like we stopped commentating at the worst time possible. The craziest stuff just happened as soon as we stopped talking.
That absolutely insane hits and receives from everyone. I can't believe that we stopped right there.
They're not getting commentated on.
But I think maybe,
Sucks for them, I guess.
I think maybe we might have just found the key to speeding this game up. Me and Jaquilliam are just not gonna commentate right now, and I'm sure something absolutely insane is about to happen. It happened again. The players are just running around the table. Kian Dyer avoids a Fergie special.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. All right. Third time's the charm. Me and Jaquilliam are not going to say anything until this match is hopefully over. And there's Camille Jorgensen getting out on what was exceptionally long rally. There were some periods there where there was some really good play. Talking specifically about the only parts that we did not commentate. And now we're down to our final four here. As some players go to get water breaks, and I can't blame them for how long this game has been taking.
That took forever. Very kind of nice elimination from Jared there. Kind of the best player on the field right now, in my opinion.
I think he's probably automatically the worst, considering he's a shockwave.
Are you throwing smoke at the shockwave right now, Joe?
I did no such thing.
Do you want the smoke?
I'm just saying that if you're a shockwave player, you're probably really bad at the game and you have to cheat. I think there might be a Spygate going on here from the shockwave.
Possibly some PEDs going around.
Yeah. Well, everyone uses PEDs. It's not really a problem.
That's true.
And we saw it. It was the patented retard technique from Will Bennion every time. But Will Bennion's in a game. We're always waiting to see the Will Bennion move.
And there he goes. Will Bennion's got out.
I mean, I think we might have to contribute the retard move from Will as the reason why he's still alive right now.
That's true. Oh, and this top three. Oh! I didn't even get to start talking.
Let's take a look at that replay. What a hit makes Jaredistic back up.
And he couldn't recover fast enough, apparently.
There you go. We got the championship round here. Meeting for a fourth time. Jacob Ham is currently 3-0 against Kian Dyer in the championship round.
This one might take a while, folks, so strap in.
Or maybe not.
Oh.
What's going to happen here? A great corner shot.
Hit.
But Kian is able to recover. Man, he's holding his own.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, there is no doubt that Jacob Ham has control of the game right now.
Oh, very high hit there.
But Jacob Ham not really doing too much. That could have been a game ender right there.
Well. Oh, a corner hit. Jacob Ham recovers, of course.
Short side table. Let's hope they keep it on there.
Oh, nice
corner
corner
recover.
hit.
He can. We're still in.
Jeez, Jacob Ham is putting a little bit of heat on these balls, not going to lie.
Now, we all know how much Jacob Ham really likes to be sweating when he's, around balls.
So once again, we're just waiting for someone to mess up here. Just a lot of back and forth here. A little bit of heat on these balls, but apparently it's not too hard for them to return them.
Nah, I wish they'd go back to the short game and prayers automatically answer.
Oh wow, you summoned that. Wow, that's crazy. And they're back to the line.
I just wish Jacob Ham would already just do something already. Maybe Kian Dyer do something to get the upset win here. We're all just waiting to see who's going to win this game. I mean, Jacob Ham's been doing absolutely phenomenal. He's already well over 20 points. But we're just going to see how many more he gets. And maybe if Kian Dyer is able to maybe catch up here.
I'm sure both these players are getting a little tired.
It's a war of attrition out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Chris Dyer just walking through the field of play like it's nothing. As if he's walking through a field of 60 million dead Chinese people, as he is Mao Zedong.
Yep.
I feel like the refs should not be able to control the play.
Now that is relatable, Joe. But once again, we kind of just got a nice back and forth here.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff you'd see in practice. I mean,
Yeah.
once it's going to get exciting. I mean, look, Chris Star's literally just
Oh! Great slam. Of course, it does nothing to degrade Jacob Ham, but we're back to just a back and forth. Ooh, kind of some more heat on these balls, but.
Now, I've been thinking of maybe some nicknames for Jacob Ham. What do you think of Jacob Mayhem Ham? What do you think? The Mayhem. I mean, come on.
The Mayhem.
The Mayhem.
It's debatable, but I think ham bone works just as well. Not gonna lie.
I mean, ham bone is a classic. Can't go wrong with ham bone.
Exactly.
And there it is, Kean Dyer. Jacob Ham has won 5 matches. That's incredible.
That could have been a great hit, but just a little tiny, teeny bit too much power.
Yeah, we all know Kean Dyer has something else that's a tiny, teeny, but we're not going to talk about that part. So, here we are at the end of the game. Let's see the standings.
Chris Dyer fell 2 spots at the end of the game to place last, showing that he is the biggest choker in the league as he came last back-to-back times to score 7 points, but on a decent 3 eliminations.
Which means Will Benyon was able to climb out of last, scoring 8 points total. Camille Jorgensen also moves up to 4th with 11 points. Her best plays coming late in this game.
However, the top 3 remain the same. Jared Istok scores a good 16 points for the Shockwave on a great 8 eliminations and 2 regicides. The second best stats of the game as he places 3rd. Kean Dyer, who ranks just behind him on the league leaderboard, places 2nd with a phenomenal 22 points. But how he earned them was a little sus, as he had just 2 eliminations the entire game. While the ballers are happy he scored so high, I'm sure he's a little embarrassed to be outed as taking estrogen pills, as indicated by his extremely girly playstyle.
Speaking of estrogen, someone who must have doped on testosterone before this game is Jacob Ham, who scored a mind-boggling 26 points, with the best stats of the game with 12 eliminations and a league single-game record tying 7 regicides. A monster performance from the Hambone this game, Jaquilliam.
Indeed, Joe. That'll do it from the booth. I'm Jaquilliam, and he's Joe Adams, and we'll see you next time on the PWL for this week's conclusionary game. You're not what? Oh, okay. Here, Kean, let me get... Say something funny.
I was about to say I like men, but never mind.
Balzac?